Just getting my early morning walk going. Let me tell you something. Peace is beautiful. But I want to get this conversation going because a lot of debate and a lot of distractions, especially with the MTR situation overseas, and we get distracted from the reality and the point of the situation, which is this. It's about the money. Forget all these goofy content creators and all this goofy talk or whatever else. At the end of the day, it comes down to money. Just like with the Klay Thompson situation, it came down to hope, the story of hope. And the hope is correlated and directly related to money, which is that it's expensive to live out here in this inflated economy globally. And everybody, all these women, even the panda bears and everybody else, nobody loves a good simp more than some leftover women, especially the ones that have mismanaged their youth. Who the hell's gonna pay for this crap? It's one thing to be out here fornicating and enjoying sexual liberation and feminism and all that stuff when you have DEI and all these government programs and all this bullshit. Again, there's no feminists on the Titanic. At the end of the day, with car repairs, high as it is, with rent, with inflation, with expensive, with bills, with costs, nobody trying to hear about no dudes with no passport or living overseas or living life on their own terms when they got all these female relatives around them broke. Now you got to go over there and fix your auntie's car, your cousin, because she can't get along with men, you know, have a peaceful life on his back fixing cars, you know, female family members and stuff. Shit. Even I appreciate a simp. I'm being honest with you, you know? And these dudes, they're taking away the resources in these people's mind. You know, but I understand, men, you know, but the truth of the matter is, it's the removal of the cleanup man. Nobody's cleaning up. Who's going to marry all these leftover women in the church? Huh? You dudes playing these away games, you're going to piss everybody off. And I guess the first reaction to that is, you know, they can't offer you any incentive because then they will lose the money they get from pandering to these women. And the women, they can't break ranks with girl code and the sisterhood to say they out here struggling. So they got to use shame. Shame your ass into handing over that money. Call you all kinds of goofy, lame, losers, incels. And the whole idea is to get you to freeze. Freeze what you're doing. Stop your behavior and hand over that wallet. Because you dudes are not participating. You know what I mean? Instead of being out here on the weekends and taking all these women out on dates and spending $250 and all that other shit, your ass is out here trying to reach the next level on a video game or out here trying to make some extra money or saving that money and sitting at home and working at some part-time work and investing or maybe even Netflix and chilling. But you ain't taking them out. They sitting around at the restaurants. I be in there cutting my steak. Good morning, folks. How y'all doing? And I be seeing a single women group sitting around with no men. Because, you know, with women, the real pain comes when the dark falls. When that damn sunlight goes down and they're dark and they're in their room by themselves, that's when they really feel it. It's the darkness. They're good all day long. But this is the summertime now, from 6 to 8, they're good. When the darkness falls, man, that's when the pain comes in. But again, they're still not going to be any more nicer or cooperative in that situation. You know what I mean? They're not. They're just not going to be that way. Because for them to do that, you have to be willing to offer some level of fair exchange in value. And that goes against feminist ideology of serving or doing anything for men. They're not going to do that. Because, again, they want relationships on their own terms. And look here, both men and women today are looking for a good woman. That's what they want. They want a female in a male body with all the benefits of provision, protection, security. Basically, they want a slave, a servant, a jellyback simp. And they're holding out. They're holding out. And that's the problem with sexual liberation, too. When you enjoy a lot of pleasures with a lot of different men of different status level, you tend to get set at a certain expectation, and you have to get to the last. You have to run out of options completely to, finally take that Boyce Watkins type dude that they didn't want. So they're going to keep out here, shaming and whatever else. And a vast majority of the men that are coming after these guys, well, there are two types of guys. There are the guys that do it out of envy because they got the woolly mammoth at the house and they don't want to see no regular dude somewhere. Even if he's with whores overseas, they don't want to see that shit because they got to deal with that crap at the house. And then there's the guys who make money selling that goofy ass, lame game pimp crap that was designed for damaged women. Goofy looking dudes, old ass men like me, talking about spitting game. What kind of goofy shit is that? Intellectually insulting. And men really should have self-esteem. And your autonomy as a man, you should be able to exist with or without women. Period. You're not a bitch-led man. You have your own strength, your own identity, your own autonomy. Like out here, just walking in this beautiful park, beautiful wilderness. Oh, peace is beautiful. But you should be able to have your own identity. Man should be in love with his own company and be at peace with himself before you even think about adding any woman to the equation. But you deal with these guys, you understand their motivations. The shame is all about a mechanism of control. But that doesn't work with the modern man, because at the end of the day, there's no real incentive to get on their plan. They're looking for saviors of the community and saviors of community and all this other stuff, but they offer men no real incentives. And the guys are like, hell no, I ain't doing that. That's a terrible return on investment. For him to give his life to some leftover woman that's not even trying to do anything or serve him or offer him any type of value beyond heavily obliterated, viciously and vigorously pounded out pre-owned. That's all he's getting. And it's like, hell no, I'm not taking that deal. Even Klay Thompson came to his senses and he ran. But the MTR situation and all these other guys, and I wouldn't even be making these videos like that. It's just people are going through some financial turmoil, man. This is about the money. Even the men. The men who's shaming that, they got all these single women in their family, including me. And they like jellybacks. Jellybacks are perfect cleanups, men, perfect men to come in and clean up the church and, get with these women and get on a rescue plan and do the right thing in their minds. So they look at that like, hell no. Especially the dudes that be making babies out here with all these women. Shoot, they're looking for a hero to come help them. Shoot, maybe if this dude get with his baby mama and start paying some bills, she'll get off my ass. That's what them dudes will be thinking. Because the more they pander, the more of a dirty D they are. You know that. The men who pander are the ones out here running to the women like the Derrick Jacksons of this world. And ain't nothing better than a good simp to help with all these bills. But now you're going away playing all these away games. Again, don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating for any of these lifestyles. This is your choice. You as a man, you make a decision for yourself. But the shame is about money. It ain't about nothing else. What else is it about? You think they give a rat's ass about you or MTR or any of these men? And I find it easy when these guys argue and stuff like that, because the culture rejects all of them, all these men. You even see the beef, the going back and forth between like guys like my brother CGA and MTR. Nobody likes none of y'all. They don't like me. They don't like none of us. You're not handing over any of that money. You gonna hand over some of that money? No. So, what's the point? They think all of us are misogynists anyhow. You're not going to no MTR, CGA, or any of these guys. You ain't going over to the church and wifing up one of these leftover women. Neither is a peaceful life. So we're all equally useless. You're not going back in with a pro-black mentality trying to save the black community. Huh? I don't hear none of y'all trying to save the community. Nobody's running around with superhero cape, wifing up these single moms or anything like that. So y'all all equally useless. In fact, if they look at us, we're just a bunch of flabbermouths. But MTR did something that they can't tolerate. He's removing the simp economy. He's encouraging men to good morning. Remove themselves from the simp economy. That's money. He's affecting the money. And that's why he got so much backlash from because he's saying the same shit that they've been saying for 1,000 years, complaining about the women or saying the women are this and that. They've been doing it for all the men who say, oh, they all do the same shit. The difference is he's doing it and he's playing away games, and he's got all that money over there with him, and he ain't sharing it with these leftover women. That's a violation. If he's on American soil complaining on his channel or saying something on his channel, well, he's still here to be used. But the fact that he got on a plane and took his ass somewhere else, well, shit, that's now the money can be spent somewhere else. So that's a problem. That's why they came at him so hard. Like, whoa. We don't want to encourage the simps. Hey, good morning. How you doing? We got to shut this down. What if somebody that's being primed now and cultivated to be a good cleanup simp, like you listen to Boyce Watkins, and Boyce Watkins tell him to be a bonus father and go out here and take care of somebody else's kids, and that makes you a man, and get yourself a good old leftover woman and build a life with her, and then he listened to MTR or somebody like that, and now he changed his mind. You see that hurts everybody. That hurts all of them. That hurts the dudes that are making babies out here. That hurts these women out here. They're like, holy shit. It's like now you took away the insurance policy. We thought we could go through sexual liberation, focus on our careers, get pounded heavily by guys like A Peaceful Life, and then we can just go ahead and at the end of the rainbow, we can get ourselves a good old simp, and he's going to take care of us, for the rest of our life. But now you're removing the insurance policy. Now what's left? What's left? These panda bears, they got like 20 women. The guys like good old Moise, they don't want nothing to do with him. And what's left? Let me start picking on that guy. The crazy thing is about it, I say something about certain people, you think I don't like them. I like him. I just don't like the fact that he spreads the simp virus. And I am the antivirus to simping. So anyhow. So that's the fundamental problem. The fundamental issue is it's about the money. And when you start affecting the money, women pay attention heavily. I can say all the goofy shit on this channel I want. But the moment I start messing with the money, you see where they was when they messed with that DEI stuff and SNAP benefits and all that shit. That's about, they got their 100% attention. Women are cleverer than what men think they are. They're strategists. My brother CGA said it the best. Men are in love, women are in business. You don't think women look at a man and say, look at him. He's goofy as hell, but he has a house, has a car. They talking to their girlfriend. Has a good pension, retirement plan. He make good money, girl. Get him, he's a good one. And say, yeah, but he ain't that attractive, man. I'm gonna have to get me a side dude or something. Or I'm gonna find somewhere else to, get stimulated or something. But damn, that package is looking good. And out here with these expensive bills, he's gonna have to do. But that's not who they're aroused by or anything else. And they'll make a deal. They'll get married to that guy, but that guy's gonna be on the treadmill of happiness. His whole life is gonna be living to make her happy. That's a happy wife, happy life type guy. All day long, he's running on that treadmill of happiness. You can't trust them dudes either. Bitch-led men, all he's thinking every day is, what can I do to get home to make this woman happy? You can't tell him nothing. You say the wrong thing, he may delete you. You see what happened to Will Smith, how he backhand slapped Chris Rock. That tells you the mindset, the mentality of these guys. Once they get on that, the trajectory of simperdom, you can't do anything to correct that shit. But that's really what it comes down to. It's the money. Nobody gives a rat's ass about you. Or this goofy shit, or the shit I be talking on my channel. I won't say it's goofy. But the stuff I be talking, they don't say, look at this guy. He's encouraging these guys to have some damn self-esteem and learn to live life on their own terms. Fall in love with their own company and add women that add to your peace, add to your happiness, add to your overall success in life. This is bad for business. Money, how you doing? That means somebody has to give you fair exchange and put forth effort. Somebody has to take care of that which takes care of them. And they're not trying to do that. They want to be worshipped. They want to be served. They want to be spoiled. They want to be catered to. They want to be pampered. Well, especially here in Western culture. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that this individuals are better anywhere else, because women are all the same. The only difference is accountability and what they can get away with. But there are some cultural differences in many instances where the culture defines how men who are doing the right thing are treated. Here, no matter what you do, the culture itself and the distractions that exist in the West, in fact, the more you do, the less you get, many times. Anyhow, peace and blessings to you guys. But it's always about the money. What else is it about? And some guys get this grandiose sense of self-importance. It's delusional. Trust me. It's about the money. That's it. And that's all they care about. Play destroyed hope. MTR took away, he's destroyed hope as well. Hope about getting that money. That's what it's hope about. It's like having that hero to come and rescue them from their bills. No matter if they say I got my own money, I make my own money, I got a good job. Man, they pay $100,000 to get hair done, nails. When I go and get my pedicure in there, they come in there, 300 pounds, whatever else. They don't care. They putting on their lashes done, their hair done, and whatever they got doing. I'll be sitting there like, whoa, it is what it is. Maybe they should be out here in this park walking with me, get some real outcome, but to each their own. But they spend money. Just simple shit like changing the headlight on a car, they charge you $100 at the dealership. So it's expensive to live out here. Expensive cars, expensive housing, expensive food, expensive lifestyle. And you guys want to go play these away games. No wonder they don't like y'all. I'm just joking, man. Anyhow, peace and blessings to you guys. Make sure you hit the like button. Let me pick up the pace on my walk here. I'm out.